This is Biodiversity Day at UM.
So there is some conflict, and I think she's raised one of them, are taken away from the essential jobs in the politics. So my question is, how do we try and balance this so that we give the first priority in sustainability?
Is our main or upstream research to increase.
People look at from internal or internationally that this is the answer for the world oil and fat demand, something like that.
Thank you, Chair. That's a very good keynote take-home message for lecturers here. This is very true. So right now we're almost running out of time. So before we end, can we go around the table? Can we the last? Oh, do we have what? Yes. Yeah, sure, please.
Unfortunately, at the last panel, we didn't have the time to discuss it. But we discussed it with Dr. Ong. Sorry. Yeah. So we had a discussion, Dr. Ong and I think the most important message which is that we need to convince the foreign countries, the people there, and especially the scientists there to accept our results. Because quite often they have said that you guys, of course you're from Malaysia, you're a farmer producing country and all, and you may be biased, your science is not so well founded, it's not so good and so on. So if you look through many of their papers, you find that they don't often quote Malaysian papers. And unfortunately, a lot of our papers went into the grey literature previously. So what we need to do, and there are moves by certain professional organizations, even MPOGCF, to work on this aspect. Work with renowned foreign scientists and universities on research projects so that they can put their names on the papers and endorse the results. I think we have more than enough results. We are very land efficient, we are very good in reducing use of chemicals and so on and so on. More than enough results, but they still don't believe us. Basically because they think we are biased. So there's lots of opportunities for all the young people here, young scientists and all, to actually work hard at this with the foreign scientists and get their results published. Then only I think we'll see the change. Otherwise it won't happen.
I totally agree with that. Thank you, sir, for a very good comment. So there should be a lot more discussion on this but now
and making choices based on facts. Another great space for ideas and facts to be bounced off one another. Thank you, dear panelists, and our moderator, Dr. Afiq. Before leaving the stage, I will invite you one by one to come forward to receive your token of appreciation and to pause for a photo to commemorate the day.
Ketua and Salam Sejahtera. I like to stand during my presentations. So yeah, can I have my slides? On behalf of the Biodiversity Implementation Support Unit, within the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environmental Sustainability, I would like to express our thanks and appreciations to University of Malaya and also the organizing committee for inviting us on the sharings on the DKBK, or we call it NPBD in English. All right. First of all, we are going to have this session in informal ways, right? Just pretend this is one of your class, right? Okay. Okay. Throughout my presentation, I will have this booklet to be shared with you guys, right? So do interact with me. So okay, all right. About 24 years ago, I was here at this DK3 at that spot, right? While during my first semester, right? And you just imagine Monday morning at 8 and it's biostatistics. Right? Okay. So I understand your hardship, right? But I survived, so you can also survive. No worries. Okay. Back to the DKBK. On the first slide. Okay. On the first slide, we are going to talk about the history of DKBK, how it was born, right? Starting from 1994, Malaysia has signed the CBDs, right? And up to today, there are about 196 countries have signed CBDs, the conventions, at multi-level international level. So after 4 years, in 1998, the first DKBK was born. Right? This is the CBD itself outlines to the party countries to have NPSAP, and the National Biodiversity Strategic Actions Plan. So, but they doesn't outline the title and whatnot to be at the same thing. So, at our level, we use Dasar Kepelbagaian Biologi Kebangsaan, or National Policy on Biological Diversity, as the NPSAP to the CBD. Right, got that right? This is going to come out in the exam. Okay? And then, after that, after a few years, the policy has been refined after the Aichi Biodiversity target in 2010, right? So in 2010, Aichi Biodiversity target was the timeline for Aichi Biodiversity target is 2010 to 2020. Right. In 2016, the second National Biodiversity policy has been refined, and it outlined 5 goals, 17 targets, and 57 actions during that time. That is outlined with the Aichi Biodiversity target. Right? You got that right? Okay. Okay. And now we have the third version of the NPBD. Right. The third version of NPBD has been aligned with the KMGBF after the Aichi Biodiversity target ends in 2020. Right. So the KMGBF has been aligned with the new NPBD, and for that we have 5 goals, 17 actions, and 61 actions. Sorry, 17 targets and 61 actions. Alright. The next slides will show you that. Alright. This NPBD, the latest version of this NPBD, you can download it in our MyBiz platform, or you can also scan this afterwards. Alright. We are going to share these slides with the organizing committee. Okay. We always talk about biodiversity, and today we talk about biodiversity in the industry as well, especially the palm oil industry, and we have our friends from the palm oil industries here talking about how biodiversity is being implemented, and also how biodiversity is being looked at in their operations, right? But can anyone here tell me what does biodiversity terms mean? Anyone? I'm going to give away the first one. Anyone? Anyone, please, come on, baby. Right. Alright. Can you elaborate more on that? Yeah. Yeah, correct. That's the thing. So according to CBD, biodiversity means the diversity of species, diversity of living things that encompass species, that encompass ecosystems, and also genetic diversity. Right? Okay. So can I have? Okay, thank you. My next slide will talk about the goals. Alright? We have 5 goals with all the targets. Can I have the next one? Alright, this is more details. Alright. If you can see, the first goal is talking about getting the support by everybody. This is including you as the public, right? And then the goal number 2 is about how we can reduce the stress and also threats to the biodiversity and also the landscape of the biodiversity itself, right? And then the goal number 3 is about how we can protect the ecosystem, how we and also the genetics and everything. So this is also about our PAs, marine protected areas, and all those things, right? All right. And then goals number 4 talking about access and benefit sharing. And we have the new ABS Act, and I think in the research industry, you guys are really close to it, right? So during our tour to the universities, we had some requests from the university to share about the ABS, because they have a lot of questions about ABS, right? Especially for the permits. Okay, so if you have any requests for that, let us know. We will let the units that is taking care of the ABS know about it, and then we can arrange the sessions for you. Alright, and goal number 5 is about how we can capacity build all these things. And then this is also talking about careers in biodiversity, right? So you guys will be interested to look at goal number 5, right? Afterwards. Okay, the next slide. Okay, these are the action, not actions. These are the actions that we think relate to you, especially in the university, right? We have 61. So what we have here is just some of it, but your role is more than this. Okay, I will not going to go through these actions one by one. So this is just a bit of it. So I would suggest that you download the NPBD and you go through it, because it has a lot of information and what we can do towards making sure the biodiversity of our country is being taken care of, right? Okay, next one. Since we are talking about the industry and also agro-commodity, right? So agro-commodity will also be captured in the NPBD itself, because we know, as been shared by our friends here today, they also have initiatives towards making sure biodiversity in the agro-commodity itself is being highlighted. Especially our friends here talking about the high conservation values, and when you are doing research with and all those, right? Okay, the next one is, this is the framework of the policy itself, right? This is the framework, the working framework of the policy. We have at the top tier, we have the NBN, Majlis Biodiversity Negara. This one is being chaired by the TPM, the Timbalan Perdana Menteri. And those who attend this are from the ministerial punya portfolio. Okay. And then after that, we have the Jawatan Kuasa Pemandu. So these people in the ministry are those who's been the one who drive everything. So we have also the National Biodiversity Roundtable, and also under the Malaysian Biodiversity Center, we have thematic working group. Thematic working group, for the time being, thematic working group should actually comprises of groups with different segments of the stakeholders. We have one unofficial thematic working group now being established by some of the corporates. We call it MPBB, Malaysian Platform for Business and Biodiversity. So you might want to check on that if you want. And then after that, on the right side, we have focal points of the states, because the states are important. Because our policy is talking about the biodiversity, the resources and everything in Malaysia. But then again, these resources belong to the states. Alright, kita jaga benda yang hak orang lain. Okay, the next slide. Okay, we are talking about the synergy of everyone, right? So everyone have their own roles in making sure the biodiversity or the policy is being implemented nicely, because the end target is 2030. So the baseline is 2024, right? So everybody here, especially the pendidikan and pendidikan, you have one of the most important role in feeding the scientific data towards making sure any actions and the policy is being done according to the facts, right? It's not only based on hearsay or anything else. Alright, the next one is this is about ourselves. This is our unit. So our unit is named Biodiversity Implementation Support. So it is supported by UNDP GEF project, and our main role is to make sure the NPBD is being mainstreamed by all our stakeholders, and also to make sure all our stakeholders are linked together, right? We are talking to the state government, we are talking to the universities, we are talking to the industry, we are talking to the NGOs, we are talking to everyone to make sure that whatever they are doing is being captured and being reported to the state government, so that it can be compiled and also be reported to the ministry level. And then, because those data will eventually be used as our national report to the CBD. So whatever you are doing, actually, even it is a small efforts, it goes to the bigger goals. Right? Okay. So, and then the next slide is where we are. So we have the ministry at the top level, and then our bahagian is this one, bahagian pengurusan biodiversity and perhutanan. So basically, forestry and also perhilitan is also under our bahagian. Alright, and then we have two sections. So the section that we are part now is under the biodiversity section, and we also have the forestry sections. Okay, this is how the group is working. And then the next slide is, yeah, this is the way forward. So when we are talking about way forward, what we need is our strategy partners. Like now, what has been planned by the University of Malaya is that you guys are working together with the industry as strategic partners. That's a great move. Keep doing that, alright? And then the next one is in the R&D. As I said, this is important. So because we wanted to make sure that the government is taking actions and also putting all the goals, targets, and their policy according to the right facts. Okay, and then of course the next one will be the data monitoring. So we are going to develop monitoring system online for the state government to capture all the progress in achieving the goals, actions, and targets and actions towards the end goals of the DKBK. Because one of the thing is we have a lot of baselines that need to be obtained by 2024. So one of it is actually the awareness level of the public on biodiversity, on invasive species and all those, right? So, okay, the next one is, this is our context. If you need any information or you want to discuss anything on NPBD related matters, you can always talk to us in the Biodiversity Implementation Support Unit. And we are backed by our unit DASA, and also we have Malaysian Biodiversity Center. In future, my Malaysian Biodiversity Center will be the one in charge for the Natural History Museum, I would say, for Malaysia. Right, but it's a long way and we pray for it. Okay? And for that, I would like to thank everyone again. Before we end the session, is there any questions from you guys? Macam kelas betul, tak ada soalan. Any questions regarding the DKBK? No. Okay. For the next thing, I would like to invite our colleague here, Sharifah Shakinah, our National Technical Coordinator, because she's going to do the session for the takeaway giveaway, right? So she will have some sort of quiz, right? Be ready for that. You will be marked. Okay.
Assalamualaikum and good evening. Hello. Hello students. Tapi saya punya target audience sebenarnya students. Boleh ke saya jalan-jalan ke atas? Sebab tadi Cik Faedzul cakap senyap sangat. So macam dalam kelas. So bila tak ada orang tanya soalan, kita tak adalah soalan. So duduk tegak-tegak. Boleh tak saya nak minta kalau saya cakap attention, korang kena cakap hello. Okay. So, kita try sekali ya. Attention. Tak cukup kuat lah, ni kan UM. Sekali. Attention. 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 Okay. Kalau macam dah bangun tidur. Saya dengan Cik Faedzul ada UM. Tapi saya bukan UM, saya ada huruf lain kat tengah. Saya USM. Okay, kita back our business. Ni orang yang lain. Okay, hari ni kita UN buat Biodiversity Day kan? Tapi hari ni berapa Mac? 6. So, according to CBD, hari sebenarnya hari International Biodiversity Day, IDB yang sebenar. Siapa tahu jatuh pada bulan berapa dan berapa hari bulan? Nak teka ke nak pilihan jawapan? Okay, nak teka ke nak pilihan jawapan? Oh. 22 Mei. Aduh, pandai ni. Malah cantik, pandai pula. Okay, next question. Tadi Cik Faedzul ada cakap dekat slide ke-2, ke-3, dia cakap lepas habis IT Biodiversity Targets, lepas tahun 2020, CBD dah datang dengan plan kerangka baharu untuk biodiversity. Siapa boleh bagi tahu apa nama penuh plan kerangka tersebut? Ada clue? Tak dapat jawab ni, saya cakap kat ni lecturer tolak marks. Saya bagi clue. K M
Kunming Montreal Global Framework. 2022 sampai 2023. Bolehlah sikit, tapi sebenarnya adalah Kunming Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework. Kita menghargai semua yang berani tu. Okay, kita ada lagi dua. Korang nak soalan apa? Soalan senang. Soalan umum. Susah ni soalan umum. Takut ke? Ada dua lagi ni. Siapa nak bagi soalan? Kita kawan dijawab. Okey, dalam kita punya DK yang paling latest, Dasar Kepelbagaian Biologi Kebangsaan 2022-2030, ada berapa matlamat, sasaran dan tindakan?
Five, 17, 57 goals, target and actions.
Kurang dapat. Siapa nak cuba? Semula. Saya kira sampai 3 baru angkat tangan. 1, 2, 3. Saya nampak yang atas sekali.
Lima 17 sampai 1. Alamak. Ini tak. 5 target, 17 goals, 61 action.
Betul salah.
Betul kan? Betul. Terbalik. 5 goal, 17 target, 61 action.
Alright. Thank you. Kita ada lagi soalan. Ada lagi satu je ni. Cubalah. Bulan Mac, kita ada satu sambutan untuk biodiversity. Related lah to biodiversity. Siapa tahu hari apa? Kita ada yang nak cuba nampak dia? Wildlife Day. Jatuh menari? Cik? Dapat letak. Maksudnya?
It's a Wildlife Day, jatuh pada 3 hari bulan 3 2024 hari Ahad.
Tapi sebenarnya dia adalah jatuh pada setiap tahun 3 Mac kita celebrate on 3 Mac. So tak kira laut anguat ia pun, tapi 3 Mac setiap tahun kita sambut hari kehidupan dia.
Okay, so thank you, Kina. So, everybody enjoy the session? I mean, not that giveaway session. That's okay. I think tak ada soalan, right? Any questions? Last, before we go back. Or you want question? Okay. Yes.
Question to Ministry, because since you are talking about the national policy on biodiversity, what kind of support the Ministry can give to the private sectors, universities, or even local communities in order to support our targets?
All right. Thank you. All right. Good questions. All questions are good, especially this one. All right. Okay. When we talk about implementing actions in the GKBK, we are talking about segments of our stakeholders, right? One of our major stakeholders is the state governments. So as I think earlier session we heard about EFT, right? Ecological Fiscal Transfer, is the incentive given by the federal government to the state government as part of their initiative in preserving and also conserving their biodiversity and also environment. So that's one of the incentives that the federal government has given to one of the major stakeholders, the states, because they wanted them to take care on the biodiversity and the landscape, and because we don't have power on that, because state matters, all those things are state matters, right? For the EFT, I think for the current one, the government has given to the allocation of 200 millions to all the states, but it will be given according to their performance, right? That's for the state government, alright. And then the others is like for the universities, especially we are talking about university now. In doing research, we also have one NCTF fund, National Conservation Trust Fund. This NCTF actually can be applied by the researchers as well. There are some limits to that one, but you can apply to that in doing research related to biodiversity. It is being handled by our forestry section, but there are guidelines. There are guidelines on how you can apply for that, and also what are the things that you can put it. Alright. And then the next one is on the private sectors. Private sectors, I think we are talking about NCTF as well. When we talk about NCTF, the fund that we get into the NCTF to be distributed to all the other stakeholders that need that fund, we are actually derived from the private, also derived from the private institutions. I mean, we're talking about the corporates and all those. And I think we also have incentive in terms of tax for it. Yeah, there are more things that relevant to that, but I think the best unit to talk about that is the main policy unit in the ministry, not us. But if you have questions, more detailed questions about that, you can always email it to us, and then we will forward it to the respective units. Right? Okay. Is that okay? Yeah, the same thing. Local communities, NCTF boleh juga kan? Yeah, the same thing. NCTF can also be applied by the local communities and also NGOs. But they have their tangkuasa pemilihan and also selection of those proposals. So we will go through the selection committees. Alright. Okay, cool, thanks. Okay. Attendance dah sign lah? Alright. Okay, before we end our session, the NRES session, I would like to give our token of appreciation to the University of Malaya. Maybe Professor Dr. Sufyan.
I now invite Professor Dr. Muhammad Sufyan bin Muhammad Anwar and Dr. Nur Hidayah to remain on stage and receive a token of appreciation from Mr. T.S. Faedzul Rahman bin Rosman as a token of appreciation. Do stay on stage as we also present a plaque as a token of appreciation for your talk today. Thank you for the truly informative and relevant talk. Now I invite Professor Dr. Muhammad Sufyan bin Muhammad Anwar and Dr. Nur Hidayah to remain on stage to receive a token of appreciation from Mr. Hairul Azim Mahmud, General Manager of Malaysian Palm Oil Green Conservation Foundation, to present a token of appreciation to our Head of Department and Project Director.
As the saying goes, to every beginning there is an ending, and now the ceremony has come to its end. Once again, thank you everyone for gracing our ceremony with your presence. We truly appreciate it. On behalf of the organizing committees, we would like to apologize if we have done any mistakes throughout the event. This has been your MCs for Biodiversity Day 2024. Aizato Izati and Vanessa signing off. Thank you.